She on the stage right now.
Where she at?
She on the stage right now.
Yo, they said Whitney said they said we sending you the content. She called you all kind of names.
Hey people, welcome back to the No Capping channel. Today we got another Wack 100, man. Wack 100 with Chrisean Rock and Blueface live on stage. Make sure you be there, man. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for everybody for being here. We're about to rock this mofo out. And let's go, man, G. It's on, man, G. Let me give you guys the content, man. That's what we here for.
Dr. Spot.
I'm sick of you.
I'm born in the 70s. Dr. Spot was the nigga with the ears. You know what I'm saying?
The fact that you brought it back for Star Trek days, I'm upset.
Hey, we got Blueface in the room right now. He's on the stage. Happy early birthday, bro. I hope you're in a great mood. I researched a lot of interviews you did. I seen what happened when you went over to Aaron crib and stuff like that. You know, and I'm looking at you, looking at your background, and something like, yo, this guy like my little brother or some shit like that. So I'm gonna treat you like that. You understand what I'm saying? I am a fan, but this is gonna be one of the realest interviews that you ever had, and I really appreciate you for being here. You might hate me, but at the end of it, I think you're gonna appreciate some of the questions that I ask you. My ultimate goal is let's see the human in you. Let's see what's going on with the relationship. Let's see, if this is a situation where this is a young man who's going through life needing to learn lessons. So first and foremost, as you guys see in the link above, this is a TMZ article where academic says Chrisean Rock is ruining Blueface's career, whack 100 degrees. So with you both here, I don't put words in your mouth. I have my own thoughts and opinions. Maybe academic can come into this room. If anybody could ping them in here, send them the link to the room. And also, wack 100 would like to elaborate on why you agree with what academic was saying. And then I will state my piece on it.
Well, I wish we need to get rocking here too. So you gotta understand, it's like phases to this shit, right? It's like maybe like 1, 2, 3. It's like 4 phases to this shit. So the first phase is I totally disagree with him doing the shit he did with his house, right? One of his houses, right? The Bad Girls Club. So that's phase 1. Rock's on phase 1. So anything had anything to do with that, I was against it anyway. I didn't give a fuck what he said, right? But I had to support what he was doing. So I still found a way to help him out, the food, the water, everything that was needed. Plug into that, let him do his shit, but stay out his way. So phase 2 was, it's over with. The girl's supposed to leave, but he like, yo, I think I want to work with her on some other business, right? I'm like, absolutely not. That's the craziest one in the house. This motherfucker got to go. He tells me, I see something in her. I tell him, you done lost your motherfucking mind. I don't see shit. That's phase 2, right? Phase 3 goes to business slash something else might be going on. Fuck is going on, right? So is it a relationship? Is it not? What's going on, right? So I'm seeing the business and I'm seeing him trying to work in the studio, but I'm seeing other shit going on, which is causing a distraction to what we got going on, right? So, hold on. Let me mute you up, nigga. You got mic hot. So that's phase 3, right? So now, what it look like they personal relationship that I'm not really aware of is fucking with our business that we got going on. When I tell you fucking with our business, we got $1 million contracts that's being canceled based upon shit going on social media. But everything that's going on with that is building her, but it's taken away from this shit on his music side, on his business side, right? So that's phase 3. Phase 4 kicked in. Within phase 3, when y'all saw all the shit, this confrontation at the house, the police, all this shit, I was totally fuck Rock. I don't fuck with Rock. Fuck Rock. I don't fuck with that nephew. I'm gonna respect you, but I don't fuck with that. I don't want to see her. Blase, blase. Phase 4 kicks in. Phase 4 kicked in is when I got the call that he had been arrested. I jumped on the freeway, drove to Vegas. Had to find a legal team to represent him because it was fucking 9, 10 at night. And he had a court date 6, 7 in the morning, no bail. I needed a legal team to go in there and get him a bail. Blase, blase. I literally get to Vegas, get to the courtroom, lay my seat back in the range and wait for the court bill to open. Get to fly the bail bondsman in town from LA so we can set bail. And Phase 4 kicked in when my mind started to change is when I looked up and Rock was walking in the courtroom. On that day is when I started to respect her hand. Because outside of me and Rock, it wasn't nobody else walking in that courtroom. I just drove from California. Other people could have did the same. This is very serious allegations, attempted murder case, right? So when I looked up and saw her walk in that courtroom, at that point in time, I had to respect it. Small things to a giant. I told her, the fact that you showed up for this boy, because my whole concern is him. He'll tell you that. I don't give a fuck about what's going on, as long as you straight, fuck the rest of the bullshit around it. So when I seen her show up in support of him and was there bright and early, 7, 8 o'clock that motherfucking morning, that day is when I started to let go all the past shit because phase 1 and 2 was gone. He kept her around. He believed in her. He built her. I seen her growing. He went into a relationship that's a real relationship, and now here we stand. So that's kind of my step up there. But the things that did go on fucked up a lot of business. And I think he knows that, and he's been making them adjustments, as well as she has been making those adjustments.
So, I'm glad you said that because I think that's what it is. I think it's very important for us to respect boundaries. And like as y'all all know, the fact that Chrisean was actually already there. So from my perspective, she was already there. She's gonna stick with them. She's already said that relationship is about great sex and money and stuff like that. And given her circumstances, like of course she's gonna be there. Like she has no choice but to be there for him. And I'm not speaking on that relationship, but what I'm saying to you is like, do you think that this is a situation where this young man is in a relationship and learning how to adjust and be in a relationship and balance what he had to lose with being a media phenomenon, and how do you see that playing out in the near future? Say, for instance, hypothetically speaking, and I'm not saying it might happen, that they get into another situation like it wasn't about 2 days ago when the mainstream media was talking about how she busted him in the head with a Hennessy bottle. She got on the internet and said no, it was a cup. It's like either or. Like what is this? Like
What
to
is
me,
the
it's just
thing,
like
though?
Ike and Tina type of situation.
What you got to understand, right, is you talking television. So whatever y'all seeing on television right now is probably 3, 4 months old. Y'all got to understand that. I know people be thinking like, yo, the camera just came on, but that's not necessarily the case. So definitely they done went through some shit, and they going to continue to go through some shit, right? This is, um, when you dealing with somebody authentic, as a Chrisean Rock, and I can say she's authentic because this motherfucker ain't changed. Certain shit I thought, okay, this motherfucker just putting on the act, motherfucker acting crazy, this motherfucker high, drunk. Nah, that's who she is, right? Either you gonna hang in there with her, right? And work with her on bettering herself or finding ways for her to know how to turn it on, turn it off. Jason Lee, he said, yo, Wack, I need a blueface Chrisean Rock interview. I said, bro, you ain't ready for that. He said, Nick, I'm Jason Lee, Hollywood Unlocked. You got me fucked up. I said, all right, we be there in 3 days. I brought, and y'all gonna see it, Chrisean Rock gave that nigga the run of his life. I said, bro, I told you, that's just her. That's who she is. Like, she no filter. She gonna say how she feel it. She gonna see it how she see it. Fuck what the world talking about. So what you been doing like that? This how I'm doing it. And this nigga, he got the heart enough and the patience enough to try to deal with it. Which now, first I thought it was a play. Now I can honestly say, no, I think it's just straight love. That nigga's in that pocket. One, he believe in her. Two, he love her.
Okay, so here's the thing, and this whole notion of what love looks like and feel like in the black community these days is just, it's not love to have great sex and have money or to be broke, poor, whatever. There's a feeling behind it. There's a respectable. You have to respect boundaries and everything like that. Like, is this really love? Like, that's what I'm really
That's
saying.
what they
It's just
love. Everybody love is different. You got to remember to not. Some of us is gonna disagree with your love because you are a bisexual man, right?
right.
So
Okay.
that's your love is your love. You got, man. I know some motherfuckers, nigga, that they best sex come after a goddamn fight. Weird. And I know some people are just humble pie, but one thing I can say, I think he understands her background because he came from a struggle and he understands her struggle. And the nigga, he genuinely, one thing I can say, he genuinely, I did not agree with it. He'll tell you a year ago, right? He genuinely believes wholeheartedly that the girl is a star, and he believes that he's the one that's gonna have her back. Everybody else gonna use her, or this, and I got her best interest. And I seen the nigga stand in the pocket when she didn't have nothing and give her everything. I seen it when I didn't want it to happen. I did not want, nigga, if it was left up to be, wouldn't be no Blueface and fucking Chrisean Rock. That was him, his thoughts, his mind, his belief, and something that I didn't have as a factor. He loved a girl. He can come
All
off
right,
mute.
okay,
Yo,
but what I'm
Blueface, hit
saying,
your bottom corner mic. Come off mute.
yeah,
Yeah, come on.
Blueface. Thank you so much for being here, man. I've been researching you. I'm like, you know what, this dude is like my little brother, man. You know, I don't have no maliciousness for you. So some of the things that I might say to you, you might not be used to it, or ask you, you might not be used to it, because I really don't have a filter, and I'm gonna ask you the question. So, but by the way, can you come off the mic and let the people know that you're here?
Hey, all right. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Y'all can
All
hear
right,
me?
what's
We
up,
hear
bro? How
you
you
loud and
doing?
Chilling.
Chilling, bro. So,
It's your big brother on the phone.
who? Nah, you my little
Look.
bro. You my little bro.
There you go. Get
I
it.
don't know. I
Get
don't
it.
know where you keep getting this low bro
This
from, but
nigga
I'm
Look
listening.
at
Bro,
crazy.
that.
you
I'll start
25,
right
bro. You
there.
my little bro. You my little bro, homie. And speaking of, and you know what? Even if you was
Faster than
older
you,
than
bigger than
me,
you,
what
everything.
happened?
Hey,
I'm
he'll. Hey,
stronger than you, taller than you, faster than you. Everything that a big brother is
Man,
gonna
nah,
have
bro.
over a little brother.
Nah, bro, check this out. Like, I feel like you got a lot of growing up to do in order to call me your little brother. You know, and I think you will grow up over
Money to make,
time.
and you ain't made it yet to be calling anybody little brother.
Like,
uh
hey, man,
oh.
you still
Hey,
my
yo,
little
I'm
brother.
giving you fair warning tonight. All my artists is motherfucking wolves. All of them. So
Yeah, we all big brothers.
they
We don't
all
do little
wolves.
brothers.
All right, so we each other big brother like that. I'm not your
No,
little brother.
not each other big brother. I'm your big brother. You the little brother.
All right, I got you, bro.
Hey, yo,
Listen,
get rocking here, nephew.
I
yeah,
got it.
before you do that, I want to go into understanding who you are. Now, I know you came up playing football. You like, and looking at you from being independent, releasing your music, starting your own show, starting your own Instagram channel, and having almost a 500,000 followers and stuff like that. Before you signed the record deal, I feel like you're one of those people that no matter what you do, you're always going to find a way to shine. So this whole notion that people say that, oh, he's ruining his career, I think it's like you guys are Debbie Downers, because if we go back, you was a football star and you went to Fayetteville College to play football, and now I read that you had a situation with the coach. Now, in having that situation with the coach and leaving the school, was it because the coach wasn't playing you, or because the coach felt like you wasn't willing to follow instructions or follow the football program? That wasn't clear for me.
Shit. To answer your question, I'm the type of person that when I try to do things, I tend to be the best at it. So when I became my personal best at football, I didn't really like what I seen in the mirror or what it was turning into. It ain't had nothing to do with no coaches or nothing, honestly. Same with music. Once I became the best at that, I kind of fell out of love with it, and now that's why I'm venturing off as much as I am.
Okay, so you definitely are a wolf. That's a wolf mentality. So I guess we really ain't gonna get clear with that. But you had a rough upbringing coming up. Actually, you didn't have a rough upbringing, right? Let me correct me.
Uh, I mean, I don't know. I mean, rough is. I mean, I feel like everybody has a rough upbringing, whether you live in the suburbs or the ghetto. I'm sure that it's not all peaches and cream, but I would say I had a mid upbringing. Cause I'm the
All right.
baby of the family, so my mom already fucked up the first two kids, so I was just the last one that she could take some better time and care with.
All right, and speaking of that, you just said that you were the last one. Your mom took a bit more time with you to learn from her mistakes, and I think that's probably why she's a little bit overprotective. And you guys click the link above and sign up for Zeus Network. It's only $5.99. I signed up for it, and I have watched some of the episodes, and I'm backtracking now. But on the latest episode of Crazy in Love, and I personally call it Dangerous in Love. I don't know why they didn't name it that, but neither here nor there. Your mother, it was like a prequel to the next episode where you and your mother was having a conversation, and you told your mother that she wasn't your type of woman because, like, here's the thing. Chrisean Rock has a force behind her. Her sisters, her brother, they're from Baltimore and all of that stuff. In an episode, she thought things were gonna get crazy and try to protect you in a certain way by stealing another car. We can unpack that when she get in here. But your mother and your sister, try to intervene from a woman's perspective on your end. It's like everybody besides Wack, from what I'm seeing, I'm just a consumer and I have the pleasure of interviewing. From what I'm seeing, Wack is the only one, stepping in and stating his piece, trying to, regulate the situation so that there's a fair playing field. And then on the other side, Chrisean, she's always talking about get off of her dick. She kissed her friend DJ Sky in the latest episode. Click the link above so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And you guys got into a situation. So it's like, do you feel like I feel like you're not listening to the women in your life to kind of guide you into growing a full-fledged relationship with Chrisean as she's the woman of your life right now. So it just sparked my interest when you was like, and maybe you can elaborate on it. You told your mother that she's not your type of woman. What did you mean by that?
She's not my type of woman as far as um, I probably say maybe a motherly standpoint. Just as far as having my best interests with whatever she does, as far as whatever she does, and I feel like she just lost my best interest. So anybody that doesn't have my best interest is not my type of human being to be around me for too much longer.
So, like being a son, being the last son, I struggle. Like hypothetically speaking, your mother struggled with previous kids, baby Jew, and for her to hear something like that, I don't know if we'll see it in the next episode. So make sure you guys click above and sign up for Zeus Network $5.99. I don't know how my mom would take that if I said that to her. Is it like I'm like, okay, is it because your mom's dark skinned and Chrisean Rock is light skinned, or what really convinced you to be okay with saying something like that, man? Like I don't think I can tell my mother that, but neither here nor there.
What made me okay with saying something like that is I actually have lended my hand multiple times and it's been nothing but been chewed off. I
Against me.
brought her here.
Hey, listen,
I bought her a business.
he didn't
I try
win
to make
against
her.
me.
I
Hey,
try to make her a boss. I try to make her her own.
yeah. Blue, what I tell you, and you told me respectfully, Unc, let me do this my way. Did I not
Nah, for
tell you?
sure, for sure.
And he
I mean,
told me, hey, I
for my
got, hey,
family, I'ma always go
yeah,
with that before I go with what you
e-
trying to tell me. Same
exactly.
same with you. With your family, you might go with what you trying to accomplish rather than what I tell you is a good or
Small, but
bad
what
idea.
I'm trying to get them to understand is everything that went on, I put it in front of him, told him it was gonna go. He went against it and did it for him, and we took L's, nigga. L's. Niggas knew where he live at because they put him on live, put his address, shouted out his street. House hit 3, 4 times since then. Nigga, we lost what we lose in 24 hours. We went up $878,000. We lost cancellations, boy. Nigga, hey, nigga, fuck mines too.
No,
And
I
that's
know
real.
that's nothing your mother should be at the focal point of.
Absolutely. And one more question before I allow anybody else to ask a question. Um, so in the previous to last episode on Crazy in Love, you had asked Krishan if you got into a conflict with her father, what would she do? And she stated that she would beat her father up with you. And now, like, if we're looking at it from a different
She ain't
perspective,
lying.
like, right, if we're looking at it from a different perspective, it's like she beat up your sister and your mom, and I feel like the respect levels and the boundaries with the females close to you have been kind of severed or ruined. What do you say to that?
It's been severed and ruined long before Chrisean ever came along. So
All right.
I was
You
just
know,
like the
you know what, and I'm gonna tell you something just from one big brother to a little brother. Um, just kidding with you. You know,
Troll.
I had a lot of internal turmoil with my parents and stuff. And you got to understand one thing: forgiveness and moving forward. So as long as it's for you, you got to understand that like you're really not going to be able to move forward, heal those relationships, or make them into what you're looking for until you can truly forgive. And forgiveness is for you. So I don't know the context of it. Maybe.
they've been forgiven. That's why they on the show. Think I
Okay,
want to
that's what's
get it.
up.
Think I
That's what's
want to
up.
get him some money if I ain't had no type of
Yeah,
forgiveness
he
with him.
he didn't have to do that
I want to ask a
at all.
question. So make sure you guys do click that link. This is the Zeus Network. It's $5.99 a month. Make sure you guys watch their TV show. It is called Crazy in Love. Now, Blueface, I wanted to ask you a question. So in one of the episodes, right, and I think
Yeah.
this may have been episode 2. Correct me if
Right.
I'm wrong, but there is an incident that happened between you and her brother and
Uh-huh.
also her father, and I think you made a really good point there. When it came down to it, they tried to check you on, putting your hands on Chrisean, allegedly.
Uh-huh.
Again, they try to check you, but then you ask the question, like, okay, but have you done the same thing? And they both admitted to hitting women as well. And
Uh-huh.
I was like, you know what? It's the right message, wrong person with those individuals. But how do you feel about that? Like people checking you on, your relationship with Chrisean when they're doing the exact